everyone? Welcome to another very special edition of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. As always, I am Kristen, joined by Nick Slade
Happy New Year!
and Mo Brothers.
Medium-sized well wishes.
Yes, so on today's special episode is our fourth annual Best of 2023 in professional wrestling. We are doing this a bit later than usual. Apologies, but AEW had to be assholes and put in a fucking pay-per-view like 2 days for the end of the year. Fucking hell. So, anyways,
Didn't change my list at all, though. 'Cause,
it has been a very eventful year in pro wrestling. Some ups, some downs, some unexpected losses, some unexpected gains, some bullshit calls, some bullshit booking decisions. Whatever the hell that ending to WrestleMania 3992 was, which I hope to God it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not on my list. But here's how it works for those new to us doing these best ofs. We used to do back in the day. We used to do five. Then that took too long, so we agreed we do three. But we do mainly three for the video, but we do five just so we don't step over each other when it comes to talking about certain matches, the same ones we picked. So overall, we're choosing five, but we're going to focus on three. Each of us are going to focus on three unique pro wrestling matches. Now, every year, I just roll a dice, flip a coin or something to determine who will go first, second, third. But not this time, as I have, they can't see it, a roulette wheel generator up with our names on it, like each our names up there 3 times.
fancy.
So I'm going to spin, and we're gonna go each first, second, third of each one, and then from there on in, that's how we're gonna go for the rest of the picks. So I am going to click to spin. Also, I'll also be bringing up what you guys chose for last year's picks. So here we go. And first up is it's Nick is
Woo!
first this
I won.
year.
I won something. What did I
Nick
get?
Nick is first this year. So Nick, your first pick from last year was the Impact World Championship match from Rebellion 2022.
Mm.
Which one was that one again? The way my bird has these timestamped, I can't recall which one was that one. Rebellion
Hold on a
2022.
minute. Hold on a second. Wikipedia is being a. I will find that out very quickly. Rebellion 2022.
The banner should just automatically tell you.
Well, the banner will tell me, but I can't see the banner. Oh yeah, it was that when Alexander won the belt from Moose. That's right.
Okay.
Oh, when he
So,
finally got back at Moose for messing with his family. That
with
was
that
awesome.
being said, Nick, for 2023, what is your first pick?
Okay, I know for a fact it's probably on one of y'all's lists, but I gotta steal it anyways.
You want a
From
hint? You want
WrestleMania Night
Okay.
2,
Okay.
Triple Threat Intercontinental Title, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. God
Okay.
dang, so much meat was slapped on that day.
To be fair, I told you before we started recording earlier that like I was really close to putting that on my five, but another match overrode that. And if we get to it, I'll bring that up. But go on. Go on. Go on.
This match was the highlight of Night 2, which isn't saying much, but it still made Night 2 worth watching because Night 2 was a mess. But at least we got this awesome match. Man, at the time, we didn't know who was going to walk out as champion. We were hoping Sheamus would get a run with the Intercontinental title, but it was not to be. Gunther retained, and he went on to be currently still the longest reigning Intercontinental champion in history. He passed it not too long ago. I think it was around November. And he's still holding it. Let's see how long Gunther's reign of terror lasts. But this match was definitely a highlight of his reign. Probably the best, I'd say the best match of his reign so far. And there's been a lot of good ones.
Okay.
Uh, this was, like I said, it was three big beefy boys battering beef, just slapping the hell out of each other. I don't know, like if anybody did a count on that. How many chops were in that match? But you were there live for this, Kristen. So I know you can give some insight how it was live. Me and Mo watched it together. That was a
Mhm.
lot of fun. Team No was in charge of WrestleMania reactions.
All right.
But yeah, this was an awesome match. Three of my favorites in WWE right now.
Mhm.
Three three of the best wrestlers in the world, especially from Europe. What did you guys think of this match?
I thought it was fucking fantastic. Well, like you said, I got to see this live, and I was so happy the crowd was really into this match because they really showed themselves. I had my doubts with Sheamus early on. Like, I just saw him as this another heavyweight they just use once in a blue moon. But since they started rebuilding him again, they started really playing with the Brawling Brutes, started really making a character out of him, especially with his friendship with Drew McIntyre, which, to be fair, led to some of the better Thunderdome era matches
Mm-hmm.
uh for
That Falls Count
WWE.
Anywhere match was great.
But then throwing Walter into it, who's like hands down one of the best current professional wrestlers around today, like, yeah, it was a big old beef slapping fest. Yeah, it was just back and forth. It didn't matter who was involved. It was Sheamus doing the 10 beat to the Bowery on Drew, just Walter power bombing and chopping motherfuckers left and right. Obviously, you can tell I didn't write. I This is not one of my five picks because I probably remember a lot more of this match. But it was a great match, a great way to set it up to where ultimately Walter retain, which I didn't have that in my predictions. Honestly, I think I had like Sheamus. Yeah, I had Sheamus to win so he can get the his Grand Slam. And one
Not,
part they didn't show on TV was like what I found out later was they hugged it out after. Drew and Sheamus hugged it out and like shook hands about it. So like they're all good and stuff like that. And if you want to look at it a different way, this was kind of like the seed sprinkling of Drew McIntyre coming up short for a while
Uh,
after this point.
you gotta find a better phrase than that. That I don't even think that's the right phrase normally.
Okay. Mo, do you have any other thoughts on this match?
most thoughts are in the gutter right now.
It he needs a better phrasing than that.
Phrasing.
The match was, of course, awesome. I'm sure it was definitely better live if you're there.
Was
Um, but it's definitely kind of one of those classic matches that will stand the test of time. Everyone was looking good. I mean, pulling off what they need to pull off, showcasing their talents. So it really it it was a really great match. Highlight
Oh,
of that night.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
night two wasn't exactly great, but that can easily be the biggest highlight of night two was that match.
Mhm.
I think when I was writing up some of my picks, I think I confused it. I thought it was on night one as well, but I'm like, wait, what was on night two then? But no, yeah, it was a great fucking match. Easily I would say the biggest highlight of night two of WrestleMania 39. Okay, so we are spinning the wheel. Now it's between me and Mo. Who goes next?
Will morality, turn, turn, turn.
Turn.
Teach us a
Tell us
lesson that we
something that
should
we shall
learn.
learn. And it is. Oh, it is Mo.
Woo!
Mo is next, which means I will be third for the rest of this video. So it'll be first Nick, second Mo, third me. So Mo, what is oh, Mo, your pick from last year was the United States Championship match from Survivor Series 2022. God damn it, Chris. Let me look this one up.
That was Lashley, Theory, and Rollins.
Oh yeah, they had that clever finish
Mhm.
where like one got power bombed and like the other one immediately got stomped and then like yeah, I remember that. That was a pretty cool finish. Yeah.
Was that
Okay,
also the Beyblade one?
was that Beyblade? Oh yeah, that was Beyblade. That was Beyblade because Theory came out and randomly this one was just me and Mo that pay-per-view. Yeah, this was the random Beyblade commercial playing in Theory's fucking entrance.
So
Oh.
my pick, it's interesting that you said that the match and their pay-per-view, because my pick this year also comes from Survivor Series. And it's the
Ooh.
women's War Games match.
War
Oh,
Games.
really? I did not have any of that. Not
You didn't have any women's matches on yours?
no.
Typical.
If you want me to be
Typical.
full open about my five, I I had on my you'll when we get to like our honorable mentions on my long list, I had a few on there, but damn, was this year difficult to choose best matches.
Yeah,
Go on, Mo.
women's War Games match, which I think was better than the men's. And it had all of our favorites going on there. We had trash cans, we had champions in trash cans jumping off the top of high areas onto people.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. And that was fun. And damage control was entertaining as always.
Mhm.
Even though their opponents, who are supposed to be the faces, they were awesome too. But I think this was an awesome
Mm-hmm.
War
Well, that's
Games
good.
match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Nick, you want to go first?
Yeah, it was definitely a really good War Games match. Um, yeah, definitely between that and the men's, it was the better match. Of course, the men's had kind of bigger moments, Orton's return and then Punk's return, which we'll get to that later in our
Mhm.
best moments of the year. Um, but yeah, the women's match definitely had a lot of cool spots. Ultimately ended with Becky Lynch putting Bailey. Bailey sacrificed herself. Uh, she saved Asuka, right? Am I correct in
Yeah,
that?
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
she
get
saved.
to yeah. Go
Yeah, she
on.
saved Asuka. Ultimately took the bullet for her. Then Becky Lynch put her through the table, got the 1, 2, 3. Which I wanted damage control to win. Now I see damage control all the time because of you, Kristen. I wanted damage control to win, but I was happy at least that Becky got the pin because I love Becky. Um, but yeah, it was a really good match. Really good. Definitely one of the. I don't know. I had to look back at the. Was it the best women's War Games match ever? I had to look back at some of the past ones.
Um, I don't know.
I had to look back, but yeah, it was a good match. Yeah, definitely one of the best women's matches of last year.
One thing somebody brought up after I was done, well, after I was listening to reviews for our matches, one thing I never noticed was it was really good story-driven match. Because you notice about 98% of the time, all the pins on Damage Control members were broken up by Bailey. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of them were broken, a lot of them, I mean, that's all, nearly all of them, or all of them were all broken up by Bailey. But of course, the rest of Damage Control is not going to see it like that because ultimately it's Bailey that cost them the match. So I think I have to give it credit now because I never noticed that till later that that's one thing that stood out about his matches. It was more story driven than we were aware of. It was definitely it was definitely focused on the aspect of Bailey slowly losing control over damage control. And this clearly showed. If I had like one issue with this
Yeah.
match was that Charlotte nearly fucking concussed goddamn Io. Good Lord. This woman should stop doing that move. Oh, and by the way, we're not going to see her majority this year. So yip fucking ye. I mean, honestly, I hope she gets better, but yip fucking ye. So like,
Did you say like she did that move actually wasn't what injured her this time?
no, it turns out it was a botched superplex spot. Her when they were coming down, when she was coming down with Asuka, her I think her right leg bounced sharply off the turnbuckle, top turnbuckle rope, and that injured something. She was able to finish the match, but according to reports after, she's gonna be out for like 6 to 9 months.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I personally, I even in our review of Survivors, I still said the men's was better, but I think both men's and women's were very good, and women's clearly showed that as well. I think I pretty much say it was the best women's War Games match I've seen in a while, or I have ever seen. Like even the ones we got in NXT were not exactly spectacular. Like they even more or less repeated a spot from it where Io's flying off the top of the cage in a garbage bin, which once again that was one of the best spots of this match.
Mm-hmm.
But hell of a match, hell of a way to go. Oh, now it's my turn. Now I'm gonna try to be quick about this.
What was your first choice from last year?
Okay, so to start off, my first choice of last year was, oh, go figure, for the Intercontinental Championship match at Clash at the Castle, which was Sheamus Walter.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a good slap me fight. So I chose, it's just funny. Like, Nick chooses
My
the,
first choice was a Gunther match, Drew McIntyre match, and yours was one.
and now mine was one a year. His last,
I mean,
how the
that was Gunther
time,
Sheamus. Never mind.
how the turns have tabled. So my first pick, this one's difficult because I definitely have a few here that like, I'm gonna start with the most obvious one. I'll start with an obvious one to get out of the way, and that is from Wrestle Kingdom 17 for the IWGP United States Championship. Will
Mm-hmm.
Ospreay defending against Kenny Omega.
Oh, Mega!
Yes.
Yes,
So if I had to
that
choose,
was on my list.
I had to agree with a lot of people. Like, I was listening to other people's thoughts on which match was better, this or Forbidden Door. And like, somebody brought up a good point. What made this work with Forbidden Door was you didn't have the fucking Don Callis distraction at the end of
Oh,
Forbidden Door. That's still a great match, but it's one of those. Like, I'll be honest, like Texas Deathmatch, not in my five for full year, because like it bugged the crap out of me how fucking Brian Cage interfered at near the end. So I'm like, I get Nana because he's the manager, but like, anyways, okay. So I'm gonna try to be quick. I have a few paragraphs. Um, okay, I'm gonna try the
but you
cliff
being all
notes.
professional, like this and prepared.
Both Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay are considered some of the best, greatest professional wrestlers of the modern era. For over the past decade, they have both burned the midnight oil to get to the top of the proverbial mountains. Knowing this alone, you already knew this match was going to be like spectacular,
Mm-hmm.
but it just blew all expectations out of the water. Like the first thing they did was definitely in the entrance alone solidify who was the face in this match, who was the heel. You had the face coming out to his amazing theme Elevated with Will Ospreay. And then you have Kenny Omega coming out to One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. Was absolutely great. Like the story of this match was great. Like Ospreay was like coming into this was coming into this already at the top of the world, already done so much in New Japan, but the one thing he hadn't truly done, was take down Omega, who was the last big beacon of New Japan outside of, being born in Japan. Like that last beacon, that's all he wanted to do. That last monkey off his back, and a shadow that loomed over for far too long. And the moment I seriously like where do you choose? Like a table got both a foot and a head through it. You had an exposed turnbuckle that went a few rounds, especially with what one of the more brutal spots early on in 2020 with that insane top rope DDT. Like, how do you only these two can pull off a fucking maneuver like that? It's freaking insane. Like the turnbuckle spots, all the just everything about this was freaking great. Like it wasn't a difficult story to understand. It was a simple story to get. Ospreay just wanting to officially prove himself against Omega. And like and then on top of all of that, Omega won, which was a bit of a surprise for some. And then Osprey, we'll probably talk more about best promos, easily cut one of the best promos of his career, like in the post match, like talking about how much he's had to sacrifice to get to that point. It was amazing. I mean, if anything, this year proved to a lot of people who hadn't heard of Osprey to this point that Osprey is in the picture for like one of the best wrestlers of the modern era. And I think this and an obvious match one of us is gonna be talking about later is up there as one of the as one of the best professional wrestlers of the modern era. Trust me, to be fair, I had like 5 paragraphs and I just shortened it down to at least three. Do you guys have any other thoughts?
Yeah, that was a really fantastic match. Yeah, we weren't sure who was going to win that because Kenny Omega was coming and it was a guest from AEW, but he ended up winning it.
Mhm.
Held it for a while until Forbidden Door, where they had their rematch, which Callis, betrayed Omega in that one. Uh, so yeah, that is why that second match, like you said, was a little below the first match because of Callis interference. But that first match, yeah, they went all out. They they brought everything out. Definitely one of the best matches. I mean, after we watched it, we knew it was going to be in our picks for matches of the year. After we do like that, we didn't know what was going to happen the rest of the year. We knew that was going to be in that.
Was it in year 5?
It wasn't my five.
It was in year 5. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't my five. How can it not be my five?
Yeah.
That
It was,
wasn't in mine.
Oh, okay.
well, Mo
Well, to
likes to
be
pick.
fair, I don't think any of us expected you to. To be fair, I've looked over the last few years. You've done this with us. We've done this, Mo. You've always chosen some out of the box ones that I'm like, you know what? I never thought that match was like spectacular, but at least Mo saw what the potential part for. And like this year, you definitely did it with the women's War Games match. I'm like, like
Mo always brings like some good what's the word I'm looking for, variety to these.
yeah.
It's good to have some variety. We all got our own taste, like that's what makes these really fun.
Mo, do you
Uh,
have any? Oh, Nick,
yeah,
you.
Mo, do you have any thoughts on the match?
I have I have no additional thoughts in match. I can't put it in words because it's already been done in 3
Yeah,
paragraphs.
in paragraphs. Yeah,
I'm
that's a
sorry.
good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Okay, so Nick is
number
your second
two.
number second pick. Your second pick last year was well the match that put the American Nightmare on the shelf, which was Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at Hell in a Cell 2022.
I think that was my overall match of the year last year. That was a
Yeah,
good match. But god dang, the moment. Oh my god, that moment when he revealed.
revealed the shoulder
Oh
injury,
god,
the torn pec. Oh yeah,
You realize he wasn't going to finish the story.
no,
not for a while.
not for a while. But
Nick,
yeah,
what is your
all right.
second pick?
My second pick from this year. Speaking of Will Ospreay, from Bound for Glory 2023, Will
Motherfucker.
Ospreay versus Mike Speedball Bailey.
Well, obviously that was on my fucking list.
I mean, you knew I was going to have an Impact match on my list.
Mo, was that on your list?
It wasn't.
Okay, cool. It was just me.
You took one from me. I took one from you. It's a give and take. But yeah, god dang, two of the best high flyers in the fucking world, two of the best wrestlers, period, in the world right now, Will Ospreay and Mike Speedball Bailey. And these two showcase exactly why it was so good. Meltzer had to get off his TNA Impact hate and give it 5 stars. That's how good it was. When he could get Meltzer off his bias, it was good.
Mhm.
Because God, in Impact's entire history, he's only ever given one other match 5 stars, which is ridiculous. Because Impact's had a lot of great matches over the years. But this match, what can I say? Two of the best high flyers in the world. They gave it all against each other. Um, really awesome match. Mike, I was kind of hoping for Mike Bailey to win, but I knew Will Ospreay, coming in as the bigger star, was probably going to get the win. He ended up getting the win. Now that Ospreay is going to be joining AEW and Bailey's still an Impact, I don't know if we will get another match these two for a while, but I hope we do.
Mhm.
Uh, but God dang, what else can I say? This match was just freaking awesome. Go watch it. One good thing about this match is it got a lot of people who were not watching Impact for a while, despite it being great these past few years, talking about Impact. Now, this is now going to be TNA again. And Bailey is definitely a top guy. I don't know if he'll win the world title in TNA. I think he'd be a good world champion. Uh, Definitely probably be X Division champion again anytime soon. But Mike Bailey's had a hell of a year. Uh, he's had a number of great matches. Like he challenged Danny Garcia, Daniel Garcia for the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla title, which I think he should have won because Garcia's held that belt for freaking forever. The freaking House of Black's held their tag titles for like 1,000 something days. Uh, God dang, yeah. What can you say? Will Ospreay, Mike Bailey. That just kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Okay. So
What do you got to add on to that?
I'll keep mine short. Don't worry, it's only 3 paragraphs.
It's only 3 paragraphs.
I'll shorten down to a paragraph and a half. And I've said this before. Mike Bailey is somebody I didn't know, like seriously didn't know. It wasn't until we started doing the Impact pay-per-views he started showing up, and I saw what he was capable of. And what he showed was good. Like I was not expecting much, but then like here's a guy who was stuck in Canada for like fucking ever, and then thanks to basically more or less Impact Wrestling combination finally being able to go to US, he finally showed the rest of the world what he's capable of. Now, of course, my appreciation for him came around this year with the Best of Super Junior. His match, like one match stands out from him from earlier this year. I think I was the only one of of us to watch was his night 9 bout against Leo Rush, which was absolutely spectacular stuff from both guys. I believe Bailey ultimately won that match. But and going into this match, after seeing all that, after seeing the few Impact stuff he had, it was so great. Apparently, we were supposed to get this match at Multiverse United back in April, but Will Ospreay got injured, so it got delayed. It got
Yeah.
delayed, and then they went, "Screw it, we're doing it for Bound for Glory," and I'm glad they fucking did. I was not gonna watch Multiverse United. I wasn't gonna watch it, but knowing I had to legally, bound by Nick Slade law, have to watch Bound for Glory, have to watch it. I'm like, cool. Like expectations were already high, but this match fucking blew it out of the roof. Like it's like you said, go see it to believe it. The counters, the bumps, the maneuvers that both of these guys pull off. Like what I got from Bailey is a man who, in a weird way, knows how to use the ring in every aspect imaginable to move like he does. It doesn't matter if you're attacking from the inside the ring or not. He knows how to get to you, pretty much. And this match clearly showed that. The near falls, I think that amazing Stormbreaker counter near the end of the match was great.
Oh yeah.
And just I just love to offer Ospreay to top off his time of 2023 in Impact. He finished off Bailey with a Styles Clash. Like, absolutely helps. He used it to help finish him off. What can you say? It's like this match alone should be enough for you to go, I'm going to continue watching not only what Will Ospreay's doing, but what Speedball Mike Bailey's doing. That's it. That's like 2 paragraphs, I think.
No.
This is of course, Ospreay, we know what to expect. For others, for Speedball specifically, it's definitely something that made me more appreciative of him and his style. Because how can you not love a guy who comes out, no shoes, has a mouth guard, so whenever he opens his mouth, he just looks kind of goofy sometimes, and then has the name of a combination of a drug and a new warrior if you're a
Yeah.
comic book fan.
Mhm.
And really, just after that match was done, all I wanted to do is do drugs and read Civil War one more time.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the only way to look at it.
or
So
watch a
I
John,
mean,
or
like,
watch a Jean Claude Van Damme movie because he looks like those early '90s action stars.
yeah, he definitely looks like something that if they did a remake out of Bloodsport, then
Yeah.
he'd probably be in it, or Kumite.
Mhm.
Let's not forget, he also has amazing Mortal Kombat inspired gear because he's a big old nerd too.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is he get to do one other thing I add is he got to do some commentary for Best of Super Junior, and the guy comes off like so humble, like just to be there. Like he doesn't come off angsty, angry, mad. He is just happy to do what he loves doing, and I have to give that to Bailey as well. Just great stuff. Absolutely great choice, Nick. I guess you and me both definitely chose that because I'm sorry, it's like the first Impact match that made me truly go, holy crap, baskets is Mike Bailey amazing. Like, but anyways, okay, so Mo, your second pick from last year. Oh, okay. was the one we were at, which was MJF versus CM Punk at Revolution 2022. I keep on saying last year. I apologize, folks. I'm just used to doing this in 2023. So I think I'll just say 2022 from now on. So yeah, from 2022, your second pick was MJF Punk at Revolution, which I have to agree with. That was a really good match.
Well, my next pick is going to tie in with a lot of things here. Um, it's going to tie in with the fact that it's also from an AEW show. It's going to tie in with the fact that it takes place in U.S. soil. And it's going to tie in with the fact that it also features Will Ospreay. And that match is the Forbidden Door match for the IWGP
Oh,
Uh,
US Heavyweight
the
Championship.
rematch.
Osprey is literally on here officially now on here 3 times because of us. Fuck, I need to fix that with my next pick.
And you know
Oh man, if
why I
he ends up in
chose
all our
that
picks,
pick?
you just gotta be honest about it.
Do you know why I chose that match? It's
Why?
Well, copy and paste everything that Christian said. Of course, taking out some of the elements that were only specific to, Wrestle Kingdom. But then just add the fact that it's a US title match on US soil. I think that makes it 10 times better.
Between an Englishman and a Canadian.
Hey, still on US soil,
Yeah.
on an American promotion
Mhm.
with a little bit of American bullshit with the interference and
Yeah.
people that you don't
By an
want in there.
American named Don Callis. There we go. Oh wait, he's Canadian too. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he's
He's
Canadian.
Canadian too. That's right. He's yours, Canada. So much. But yeah, that was a good match. But what was it about this? The rematch that was the got it on your list.
I mean, it was all the tension and expectations that were led from the first match and things that
Mm-hmm.
like how are they gonna top things? Are they gonna bring the same intensity? Are they gonna bring the same, athleticism? And I think they more or less did it. So, I mean, 2 for 2.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
we kind of touched on it when we were talking about the first match. Yeah, it definitely was. It was good. Uh, and like we said before, the only reason it was a little less for Kristen and I below the first one was because Don Callis interfered at the end. But yeah, like it was still really good. I mean, it was still Ospreay and Omega.
there was
Kristen, do you
that
have
one
anything?
move that looked like Omega broke his neck.
Yeah, Kristen, do you have anything to add that we didn't bring up before?
Him picking his nose with the Canadian flag. Um, him
He,
doing a one winged was it Osprey doing a one winged angel only for uh Omega to successfully kick out of it.
yeah, but yeah,
Um,
that did happen. But yeah, he
was
he
it
did a
kick
Shawn.
out of it or he hit the ropes? I one of those two.
Yeah,
He
he
touched
pulled a
the rope.
Shawn Michaels by picking his nose with the Canadian flag.
Osprey just flat out busted wide open at one point because of that sick steel chair spot.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, like I said, the only thing that bogged down just a bit, it was a tiny bit, was Callus's interference, but all in all, it was like easily the one of the best matches on that card.
Mhm.
Like hands down, the one of the best matches on that card. Oh, God damn it. I hate this part. Because my second, okay, so we'll start with this. My second pick for 2022 was, what is it? Did I do my second pick? Oh, wait. Okay, so let me rewind. I'm gonna tell my brother to do a correction on this. My first pick was Osprey Cassidy at Forbidden Door 2022 because that was a great match that wasn't technically supposed to happen. My actual second pick was the Clash at the Castle IC title match.
Mm.
Okay. I'll
But
have
just
my
go ahead.
bro
But just go ahead and say that first one you said it was Osprey, uh, Cassidy.
was my first pick. I'll have my brother do a correction on that when I bring it up. Um, so my second pick. This one's difficult, but it's stuck between doing a heartfelt one or one that I is obviously coming. Ah, this is sucks so much. I have two, and I don't know which one to choose. Oh
Follow,
my god.
follow your heart. Follow the heart of the cards.
Fuck it. I'm going recency bias this year. I'm going with Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. at WrestleDream 2023.
I was on my list. Okay.
You already know what the other Danielson match I put on here was.
Well,
If
yeah.
you don't, you're wrong. No. Okay, so the Iron Man match was amazing, obviously. And it showed Danielson what MJF needed to do to be the best, to outlast him. And he ultimately did it in his own way.
He had
This
cheat.
is a match we've been begging for years. Who are we fucking kidding? Like, ever since Danielson came back into wrestling after being retired, he people were like ZSJ. He needs to go up against ZSJ, ZSJ, ZSJ. Then he joined AEW. ZSJ, ZSJ, ZSJ. I mean, almost got a Forbidden Door 2022, and then Danielson got injured. Fuck. So what do? We play some Claudio. Still a fun match, but not exactly what we wanted. Then Tony Khan has started to go to B show route with some of his pay-per-views and do WrestleDream with the pen one of the best matches on the best match on the card being this match. What do you
Hmm.
say? Like, I hate technical wrestling matches, technical wrestling focused matches. A lot of ones I grew up with were either slow, plotting, I will fall asleep to. I didn't give a fuck for them. But here's two guys, two of the best professional technical wrestlers in the entire world, finally going at to prove who is the best at technical wrestling. I mean, fuck, it's like they call this the dream match. Like TK's abused that term now, but this is a dream match in
Mhm.
every way possible. Where do you even start? The transitions through all the submissions. ZSJ outsmarting Danielson at one point, forcing Danielson to use his recently recovered right arm, forcing him to use that to get him into a submission on that arm. The So many counters, moves, maneuvers, even commentary was great. You had Nigel McGuinness being an absolute asshole to Danielson, who that match is coming this year. I can guarantee it. Um, yeah, an asshole to him. Then you had Moxley, who was easily one of the best parts about commentary in this pay-per-view. Just amazing work from him. Talking about moves that Danielson needs to do to get out of. Get McGuinness topping on that. Then like near the end where Nigel's literally, you can see in the camera, he's not looking at the camera at his tailor, he's looking dead on at the match its fucking self. Because he wants to see Danielson lose. He doesn't want to see him, he wants to see in person, in the ring, Danielson lose and like having him dead to rights only for it not to work. And you know what was great about the finish was that yeah, it kind of sucked for two technical wrestlers, but it left it open for another match because of course Danielson won with a strike, and ZSJ wasn't having it and didn't give him a handshake at the end of the match, which means we're going on to the next. We're moving onward and upward to this. Like I chose this over like because I had this between this and the Starks. What was it, the Ricky Starks Danielson match from All Out? Was it All Out? Yeah, All Out. Yeah, it was from All Out. I had between these two, but I think what made this work is this was a legit dream match that proved everything people were hoping it could be, left it open for more, and a potential, what I'm assuming is a submission only match coming down the road between these two. Like, and hot take, honestly, was that this is what the Baszler Ronda match at SummerSlam should have been.
It's what
Like,
should. Yeah.
it's like you just have them go at it in a way they know how, being professional wrestlers, but both having MMA priors, have them do technical wrestling because they're really both legitimately good at that. And it's the mirror opposite of this match.
I
It's
mean,
lit-
Ronda hasn't done like both of those guys like have been doing professional wrestling for quite some time. Ronda is more heavy on the MMA side, but doesn't have like enough of the professional wrestling
Yeah.
side.
And
So
they tried to make it every time WWE tries to do a shoot style match, it just never looks good. So hopefully we don't see that.
well, see, that's what I mean. Is like I didn't. The Bezarana match should have been this match in the sense that it should have just been taking their prowesses they know and going with that. Not any stipulations, not anything. No, we already had a good story buildup and they fucked that up. Here, the story buildup was simple. These two have been wanting to wrestle each other for ages now, and now they're finally going to do it to prove who's the best technical wrestler. Did we get the answer at the end of it? No, not exactly. But the door's open for more, and I can't wait for that. And then on top of all of that, which I didn't find out till later, Aubrey calling this match was special because she was there when Danielson initially retired while he was still with WWE. She was in that
Oh,
crowd. So in that arena too. So getting to that hug at the end was extremely beneficial to her because it was full circle for her, seeing one of her favorite wrestlers of all time, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, compete and call a match of his. I mean, this is why I always like easily one of my favorites of AEW refs. Her, and Bryce Remsburg are like my two favorite AEW refs. Um, but yeah, no, do you guys have anything else to say? I feel like I've said mostly everything.
yeah, you did say mostly everything, but yeah, it was really cool to finally see these two fight each other. The two who have dominated the will become the namesake Bryan Danielson Award after he retired. It is just between it's like these two winning in the past freaking 20 years. Um, but yeah, like two of the best technical wrestlers, arguably all time. They're definitely you throw them up there with like the likes of Kurt Angle and he should not be named. Dean Malenko, all those
Hmm.
guys. Uh, but yeah, it was a really good match. I was happy Danielson won because he's definitely my favorite of the two.
Hmm.
If I did leave it open to a rematch, which would be cool if it does happen. We'll have to see. Mo, do you have anything else to add?
I think everything that has been said could be said.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Okay,
He concurs.
he concurs. So Nick, your third and final main pick. Before we get started, your third pick from 2022 was the Impact World Championship from Slammiversary 2022, which was uh God damn, Chris should have wrote these out. Um, it was a good match between two hard-hitting people that I can't recall off the top of my head.
You need me to find it for you?
Yes, please.
1 minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just watch a lot of wrestling. Don't remember all of them.
Yeah, it was Josh Alexander and Eric Young.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, no, that was definitely good. That's the one where he won it back, right? Where Josh Alexander won it back or retained?
He retained where he won it
Okay.
from Moose.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Remember, because it was the 20th anniversary, they pulled out
Mm.
all the references of the best Impact wrestlers of all time, and they went at it. It was really good.
Okay, Nick, what is your third pick for 2023?
So I have two matches left on mine, and I have a feeling you're going to say this other one, so I'm going to say this one here.
Okay.
From the main event of WrestleMania Night 1,
Damn it.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships.
Fuck. I was gonna make this my third pick.
Oh, sorry. I
I will
actually thought you were
give.
going.
I'll give. You go. This is your pick. You
Mhm.
go, and I'll explain. I'll explain after you're done. Go on.
I thought you were going to go for a different match. Okay. I would have actually picked the other one then.
Let's
But
go with
yeah,
this one.
this one had a fantastic build from Sami Zayn first joining the Bloodline, trying to prove like it definitely rejuvenated the Bloodline storyline for a while because it was getting a little stale by that point.
Mhm.
Like not as bad as it is now, but that's the topic for another day. Sami Zayn joined the Bloodline. That was some of the most entertaining segments of 2022 into 2023. Then Kevin Owens getting involved, going up through their histories because they had a history last time they had a falling out, and Kevin Owens questioning Sami Zayn of why he should join the Bloodline, how he can't really trust Roman Reigns. Sami trying to prove his loyalty to Roman, and then Roman just going too far at the Royal Rumble when
Mhm.
he tried to make Sami end Kevin Owens' career. And that moment when Sami hit Roman with the chair, the crowd went crazy. Like that was a great. I went crazy. That was a great moment. That of course led to Roman and Sami fighting Elimination Chamber, which was good match. Ultimately, kind of spoiled by Roman cheating like
Mhm.
he always does. But then we had like you would think they would just go with Sami and KO make it up immediately, but no, because KO didn't want to team with Sami. He said, "I'm going to fight the Bloodline by myself. I don't need you." And then Sami was trying to go with the route of we don't have to be friends. We just need to get together and fight each other. Then Kevin finally had that motion. He's like, you keep saying we don't have to be friends. I just need you to tell me, it's like, to be my friend again. And that was a really good emotional moment. And Sami finally said, acknowledged, like, yes, we are friends. And they hugged it out. That was a great moment. Then they had this build up against the Usos, which of course we had the build up between Sami and Jay. Because Jay, that's another element of the storyline. Jay didn't accept Sami at first. Like all the other guys were pretty much like Solo, Jimmy. They were actually pretty okay with Sami joining,
Mhm.
but Jay didn't trust him. And Jay was the last person to trust him. And then after he hit Roman, Jay had like the split. This was the start of Jay splitting off from the bloodline. This part of the storyline, because he's like, who do I have loyal to? My friend Sami or my tribal chief Roman Reigns? And that created a lot of tension where we thought Jay was going to side with Sami until he super kicked him out of nowhere, which this led to this awesome main event, great build. And normally, sometimes you have a great build, not a good match, or you have not good build, and you have a good match. This one had great build and a fantastic main event. Well, these two went at it. Ultimately, we had the feel good ending with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn beating the Usos and becoming the Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Um, and while their reign afterwards wasn't, there was some matches here and there, but this moment was a fantastic way to end WrestleMania Night 1. Unfortunately, Night 2 couldn't follow up with that, with their ending, but at least we got this awesome moment.
A
Okay.
story was finished.
At least this story was finished.
Base source finish. Okay, so let me explain. Like, I kind of got bummed because for the last pick, I was choosing between this match and the WrestleDream match. But I figured I tried to save it for last for an important reason. But it's fine.
I thought you were going for a different match. I'll see if you end up if that's one of your other options.
So, primary reason as to why I wanted to put this, I put this on my list, and I explained earlier why I chose this over the triple threat was because this was my brother's first time at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
At WrestleMania, I've owed him since the pandemic shut down our chance to go to 36. To get to experience a moment like that, that one in night one of the main event, or one of the biggest wrestling shows of the every year. It's like why I absolutely love this match. It's my joy singing along, Sami Zayn's theme, my brother's joy singing along, enjoying it. That feel good moment when like they finally overcome the odds and win the tag titles. It was great. Like in a way, I looked at it as like two longtime rivals and brothers fought their way to the top of the card and look where they are now. There were This match was brothers fighting brothers as two brothers watched. That's choked up a little, but that's the reason I was going to choose this. And one thing you didn't bring up, which I'm fine with because I get to bring up, was the finish,
Yeah.
in which Sammy didn't hit not one, not two, but three helluva kicks on Jay. And you know he didn't want to, but he knew he had to. And you can tell it broke his heart. You can tell it broke his heart immensely that he had to do this to somebody who he just got on his side, who he considered a brother, another brother.
Well, he yeeted him, so it's all cool.
Yeah, he hit him too good.
They got on the same
Um,
sign at the end.
yeah, I mean, you built it up better. Like there was so much building up to this. The Survivor Series win from the prior year, the trial of Sami Zayn from January.
There were so many good moments.
There was so many great stuff. There was good build up. And let's not forget, it was thanks to Cody Rhodes that like eventually that same night on SmackDown, they finally hugged it out.
Yeah.
KO and Sammy hugged it out
Cody
too.
Rhodes was definitely the mediator between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Now you put it beautifully, man. Mo, do you have any other thoughts?
I mean, I can't. I a lot of emotion in that match, a lot of
Mhm.
emotion in that story. Um, if there was, I okay. So what I will add is that feel good moment and feeling that you had. We know a lot of this stuff predetermined. People behind it know exactly what's going to happen. I think it was the reason why they made it this for this night and not night two is because they knew what was going to happen the next night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're yeah. Yeah, no award for worst booking decision of 2023 goes to.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Mo, your third pick from 2022 was. Oh, wait. Was this a o Okada Takagi and Ospreay Okada from Wrestle Kingdom 16 nights 1 and 2?
Yeah, I think you said you couldn't choose between the two, so it ended up being a tie
Yeah,
last year.
that sounds about right. That sounds like something I would do.
That
Okay.
does sound like something you would do.
So what is your third and only pick for 2023?
Oh,
He's
only
basically saying no
one.
more ties.
Damn. Well, well,
Well,
it's going to be it's going to be hot in here. So let me take off some of my clothes. I've got my socks off right now. So I can walk on some hot fire coals to get myself prepared for some Texas hot sauce so I can pour it all over my face to replicate some of the carnage that happened during the Texas death match between Hangman and Swerve
Yeah,
Strickland. Because, I
yeah,
mean, you got tributes to the recently laid to rest Bray Wyatt. You got Carnage. Everyone's bleeding. Nobody knows from where. Nobody knows for how long. Oh, and you have callbacks to people being hung. Honestly, that part I thought could have gone a really bad direction
I
if
know.
the
I was
roles were
thinking the same
reversed.
thing.
It
I
was
you
was,
could
just like,
say the same about the other death match we got in 2023 too, between that finish with Moxley and Hangman.
yeah, but at least those two guys were
but
white.
yeah, like it's a Texas death match, and it's like Swerve has to go through that spot. Yeah, that's like this is beyond Pizza Cutter Domino's commercial level.
That was not going to happen.
But there was so much going on with that, and I think that really solidified Swerve's position in a lot of people's eyes
Mm-hmm.
as a main eventer, even
Mm-hmm.
though he hasn't really been. He's been in some top tier matches lately, but he's definitely a crowd favorite,
Mm-hmm.
even beyond the dancing of Prince Nana. And even though Mogul Associates, I feel
Embassy.
Embassy.
Mogul Embassy, I feel like there's not. It's it's more Swerve now instead of like the rest of the members of the embassy.
Yeah, he definitely elevated that stable.
Hmm. Definitely.
But yeah,
Uh,
that was a crazy match. Of course, a
mhm.
spot where he Hangman drank blood. Uh, he literally drank human blood in a spot that it's probably a very questionable thing to do. It's not a very safe thing to do to drink somebody else's blood.
The Hangman stapling his daughter's drawings onto Swerve's chest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that. Swerve really broke into a man's house and and just looked over his child's crib and he got away with it.
I
That's
mean,
that's
he
wrestling
Oh,
for you.
the,
kind of got away with it. It was recorded and broadcasted to a live audience and
I
everything.
know, but he didn't get arrested, which is I
and
know.
then Swerve staple gunning his chest, like his own chest, like
Yeah,
just doing that was just fucking.
that is a fun thing about wrestling. You
I'll
can
make me bleed my own blood.
I'll make me bleed my own blood. That is a fun thing about wrestling. You can commit some heinous crimes on television and not get arrested. Just the world of pro wrestling has its own laws.
My only real criticism, I said this earlier, is that Brian Cage interfered. Like it's honestly, it didn't make my five. Honestly, it was on my long list, but it didn't make my five. The Brian Cage part just bugged me a little bit. Like I get Nana interfering; he's a manager; it's what he does. But when Cage showed up, I know he ultimately was the one who caused Hangman, but he kind of assisted in a way, and it bugged the crap out of me. It really did. Even the reaction, you can tell I was bugged by the hell by it. Like it was a great match. I would say go out and watch it if you can. But I mean, not on YouTube. But like go out and watch it if you can. It's a hell of a match. Really, like the WrestleDream match was great. This was way better. Nick, do you have anything else to say about the match?
No, it was really good. And I had some on my honorable mentions. I'll add a little something that's connected
Okay.
to it.
So, in an ironic twist of fate, I'm down to my last of my five matches because we've all crisscrossed around these. Back and forth. But before we get started, my pick was a shocking pick in 2022, as I chose Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel
Boo!
2022 as my
Boo!
third pick. Because easily it was at the moment, the best Saudi match yet. I think it's still one of the best Saudi matches yet. Like, I think you could
This
probably
year
say
had some good ones.
Night of Champions 2023 could be close. That main event was good. Um, but yeah, this was my personal. That was my personal. My third pick. I think I already hinted at what it was too. I did. It's like not a secret. My pick is from AEW Revolution 2023. It is Hangman versus No, I'm kidding. It's MJF versus Bryan Danielson.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pick the Forbidden Door match with Danielson and Okada. That's why I picked the Usos.
No, that one was good. That match was good. But god damn, you have the best professional wrestler in the world taking on one of the best heel wrestlers in the world currently in a match not a lot of people like watching because that's why a lot of people only do 30-minute Ironmans nowadays. Only a lot of indies do 60-minute. You have to like it's a story. You have to weave a story throughout. That's why what was it? I have the match list here. It's why Michaels and Bret Hart at 12 or something at 12 what is still mixed because like it dragged. We'll be honest, it fucking dragged. Here, it didn't fucking drag.
Yeah,
They kept that.
there's very few 1 hour matches. They're good start to finish. Uh, I know two I can think of: Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
and what was the other one I had in my head? Was it John Cena and Shawn Michaels in
I
London? I think that's what it was.
The only other match I always remember that automatically comes to mind is Angle Lesnar from
Yeah,
SmackDown.
yeah. Angle Lesnar was the one I was talking about.
Yeah. But here, I'll continue. This match is great because like it started as Danielson is knew he was the best wrestler in the world, basically got to choose the stipulation for this match, and knew he could run circles around MJF because he was raring to go. Something Max feared was knowing full well in the inside the square circle when it came to skill, Danielson was always going to be a few notches above what he was capable of. Like his goal wasn't just to retain the world title, but prove why, in his mind, he's leagues above Bryan Danielson. Now, like I said, there's been good 30 minutes. This is the first one, 60 minute, where I'm like, they kept it going throughout. You have MJF being the smarmy heel. There's that one spot where he gets the back-to-back points on Danielson. Uh, Danielson throughout keeping up with keeping his pace going with MJF, getting a successful a couple pins, and of course leads to that amazing sudden death moment where like you just see while MGF is on the floor with an oxygen tank, Bryan Danielson, no chill, just doing jumping jacks in the car. And I'm like, let's go, bitch. Let's go, bitch. Like, and it was great. And the sudden death part was amazing as well because ultimately it took MJF like what he does best to win over
Cheat.
Danielson. Use the oxygen tank, put him in submission where Bryan has no choice but to tap out. Just simply amazing. MJF retained as he should have. Danielson lost nothing in this because Danielson still showed why he's the best professional wrestler in the fucking world. And this honestly was like the beginning. I think this was the true beginning of Danielson's I'm fucking awesome year in 2023. Like you got this match, you got this match Forbidden Door, you got WrestleDream, you got All Out, you got so many different matches. Like we're all fucking spectacular. And they had Danielson involved. You can wrestle with a broken freaking arm, you can wrestle with a broken freaking eye bone. Like man, it's fucking great. And this match continued proving that.
Yeah, the only reason this didn't make my short list was because the end bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah, really.
Because I wanted Danielson to win. I didn't think he would, but I wanted it so bad. And then when it ended, when it hit the time limit where Danielson had him beat, and then we did overtime, and MGF just gets a sneaky bullshit win. That just pissed me off so fucking hard. I know that's his job as a heel, but that's why the ending just pissed me off, which is why it didn't make my list. But I'm not gonna ignore the fact that it was a good match overall.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mo?
I love the crowd work.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
the
it was
water, that's right. That ain't water.
Oh, that infamous segment.
That ain't water.
That oh
That had them create the rules about uh wrestlers' involvement with the fans. Oh my
they had to create
God.
that role because MJ.
To be fair, it was in the heat. I don't blame MJF. It was in the heat of the moment. I don't think he knew that was alcohol. Like I still don't think. Yeah, that was one of the best moments of 2023. That ain't water moment.
That ain't water. Oh my god.
That's all I had to add.
That's just all you had to add.
Okay, that's fine. Because honorable mentions time.
Okay.
I already said all my five. Like, where else?
I guess I got one left over.
Okay. Well, honorable mentions for folks. We're not going to do long form what we did with our each of our three picks. Just we're gonna look at bring it up. We'll briefly talk about, and we'll move on. But we have a lot of honorable mentions because, like I said, 2023 was a good year for wrestling.
My last remaining one for my five was one I thought you were gonna pick, which is Okada Danielson from Forbidden Door.
Yeah, like I said, it was good, but like I feel like the injury kind of like derailed what they wanted to do for the third act of the match.
I get that, but it was still pretty freaking awesome.
Oh no, it was fucking great. But to be fair, like I said, there was a lot of really good Danielson matches this year. I had to be picky.
Yeah, there was. That's why I'm going to go ahead and say you guys ahead of time for best wrestler, male and female. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do best one kayfabe and best one in ring.
Okay, we'll save that. We're still doing honorable mentions.
Yeah, I know, but I was still letting you know ahead of that time.
No, that's fine.
That's going to be relevant.
Okay, Mo, do you have any other honorable mentions?
Oh, I was also going to mention when he brought up that Texas Death Match, the other Texas Death Match this year was John
Yeah.
Moxley and Hangman. That was a really good
Yeah,
match.
that fucking finish. We were like, oh, amazingly brutal.
Um, yeah, go Mo. Did you have anything left from your list? Uh, all 3 years were original, so I think you should have two
Yeah,
more.
yeah, I should have two more. Do you guys want to take a guess?
I have no idea.
No, no, you're always. What I love about you is you're so out of box with your picks. It's always nice to hear what you chose. But go on, Mo. So go
So
on.
one of them is Trinity versus Mickey James.
No, Bound
Ah,
for Glory. Yeah,
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a good match.
nice to see her um, outside of the WWE ring, showcasing her talents. Mickey James,
Mm-hmm.
always a professional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not. I'm never much of a country person, but I mean, it seems to work for Mickey James. So overall, it was a good match. And then my other match, just because of the bullshit, it's a sponsored match. Do you guys want to guess who the sponsor could be?
Was it Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It was Ray. It was
Close.
Ray versus Dom, wasn't it, at WrestleMania?
No,
Oh
but
no.
close. Close.
Was it
Okay.
the Mount? Was it the Lights Out match?
Oh, oh, you mean Mountain Dew? Pitch Black?
What? One of your honorable mentions is the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
It was Braid's last match.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. It was
So
Bray's
first
last
of all,
match.
it was Bray's last match, and not because of. I'm not like suggesting it because of all the like the stuff that went wrong, but the fact that it actually existed,
I
like the kind
enjoyed
of
it.
bullshit
I enjoyed it.
that was going on. It's like, of course, nothing can top the Funhouse match with him and John Cena
Mm-hmm.
during the pandemic era, but there was a lot to that could be done with that. This was live,
This was
and
live. We just end
this
it there.
this was live, and it's more of a it's more of a testament to like the old 80s and 90s
Mm-hmm.
wrestling kind of matches where it's like just a weird gimmick. You have one person who's just like, this regular dude up against this crazy amount of bullshit that's going on. And it's just like, we all just sit there and accept it for the most part, even though
I, I'll give
like
it the
someone didn't die.
yeah. I'll give it this. It was visually very interesting. Like it was. Like the makeup effects on Bray, the fact that it looked like we were inside a fever dream of Trinity from Impact.
Kristen, I feel like if this was a kid's drawing, you'd put it on the side of the fridge instead of the front of it and just say, thanks, you did a job. That's your kind of
May
tone that you're having right now.
I
maybe,
I hope
maybe.
one day we find out what the payoff is going to be for Uncle Howdy because I really want to know what was going to happen because we'll never know now. That just makes me so sad.
Okay, so promos. For promos. I
Oh wait,
have
don't you have any other
oh
honorable
yeah, my
mentions you want to
turn.
mention?
Sorry. I have a long list, so forgive me. This is my long list. Like I said all my five. We cross roads on all my five. So like I'm just gonna tell you my long list.
Just skip the
Um,
ones we already did.
no, I obviously I am, dude. Um, Judgment Day Bloodline from Raw, from January 23rd. That was the one where it was like, it's like, man, the Bloodline was so over with Sammy, it wasn't even funny, and they just destroyed the Judgment Day, and it was so great. Kyrie versus Mercedes Moné from Battle in the Valley. The men's chamber match from Elimination Chamber 2023. So you brought up already Moxley Page Texas Death Match.
Mhm.
There's a Omega Vikingo Dynamite March 22nd episode. That's literally the one where they introduced the rest of the world to El Hijo del Vikingo, and it was
Mhm.
fucking great. It really was. Um, Was it? I had to bring this one up because I watched it live, even regardless of that insane injury. Jay Briscoe tribute ladder match from Supercard of Honor. You know, if you're not counting that horrific injury Dante Martin got. um, Charlotte Rhea WrestleMania 39 Night 1.
Rhea finally beat Charlotte. That was a nice moment.
It was a nice moment, but the build up for it was suck ass.
Yeah, it
Like
was
Rhea was supposed to be the bad guy, but everybody was rooting for Rhea. Dude, Rhea in that crowd. I was there live. People were rooting for fucking Rhea in that crowd. Like the only reason Charlotte was getting over because she wooed a lot. Um, like you had, I did put, like I said before, WrestleMania. What was it IC title triple threat? Um, from Sakura Genesis 2023, Mercedes Monet versus Azumi and Hazuki. That was a good one. Though Meltzer gave it 4 stars. He can kiss my ass. That was at least 4.5.
Mhm.
Nakano versus I misspelled her name, but I know how to spell it now. Nakano versus Julia from Stardom All Star Grand Queendom.
That was one we watched, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was really, I don't know why it's hyperlinked, but this one was really close to being on my 5. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny, San Juan Street Fight from Backlash 20. The entrance alone for Bad Bunny was a thing of beauty. I brought this up before, from Best of Super Juniors 30 Night 9, Leo Rush versus Speedball Mike Bailey. If you got your way, go on to New Japan World. You all have my login. Watch this. It's fucking great. It's easily one of the best matches of 2023 Super Juniors tournament. For Forbidden Door, I put Bako Combat Cup, Takeshita and Umino versus the Elite Kingston and Ishii. That big jumbled together match because of injuries and shit. I did put Okada Danielson was on my long list. A singles for Ospreay Omega, the 4-way between Cassidy, Shibata, ZSJ, and Garcia. That was a really fun match. That was a really fun match. I forget not putting these. FTR versus Bullet Club Gold from the July 8th collision. Then FTR Bullet Club Gold, the 203 falls from the following week's collision. The strap match between Bryan and Starks from All Out. The main event match from All Out 2023, the international title one. Swerve Hangman. Daniels. Oh, no. Then I put Swerve Hangman for Full Gear. And then finally, I was split, but in the end, I was like, you know what? I was forced to fucking watch this. We were forced to be late on this. I'm putting one of the matches from this card on here, and that's Edge and Christian for the US title at World's End. Because the match itself was great. What happened after the match sucked ass.
You said the US title is a TNT title.
TNT title. You know what I fucking meant.
The match was good. That ending was bullshit.
What happened? Because I had to negotiate in my head. I'm like, what happened was after the match. The match itself was fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
They just gone and fucked it up 2 minutes later. Okay, and that's it for honorable mentions for me. As always, I just write down any match I thought was fucking spectacular or great or like just blew my ass out of water. I add it on my long list, and then I have to pick from 5. It's not easy.
Yeah, and me and you crossed over a few times. Mo has his always fun choices. So yeah, I think that we did good with our 9 picks.
So promos. I only have 3 here. If you're wondering, in my best segments, because there's only I'll add it to promos as well, even though it's technically a segment. Promo / segment. The sacrifice promo from the post-conference Wrestle Kingdom 17. I brought that up. It's very heartfelt, one of Ospreay's best. The Cody Rhodes Paul Heyman promo from the February 6th Raw, where he brings up his father and makes it personal.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And I was watching that. I was like, Paul, Cody was just trying. He's like, I'm just trying to go for a title. You just made it personal. It's like, why'd you do that?
I don't remember this one, but I have it written down as what winners do. From MJF on the February 9th edition of Dynamite. I forgot what that one was. Was that just before? Huh. I think that was after he won like a big title match. I don't remember that one. Um, do you guys have any others that come to mind? There was a lot. Those are the three biggest ones that I got
Um,
from this year. I know Tofu,
oh,
the
when
Tofu promo between Jay White and MJF.
honestly, God, man, anything involving Sami Zayn and the Bloodline,
Oh, sorry, that was the last one. The Trial of Sami Zayn. That
yeah,
was easily the best segment of the year.
Trial of Sami Zayn was really good. Anything
Yeah.
involving that storyline with Sami Zayn KO. I think the part where they finally reconciled, that was more of a segment, but that was really good. When Kevin Owens basically said, "I want you to say you want to be friends again."
Mhm.
I was like, got me right there, man. Um, I remember. It's hard for me to remember promo. When The Rock came back last year, that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, when he
That
came
random
back
appearance.
yesterday,
No, last the one. Yeah, not that one. We'll talk about that. But the one
You
last year,
are an asshole. You are an ass. Don't watch the US version of that clip because it's bullshit.
yeah, because they keep censoring it. Yeah, when he just randomly showed up on SmackDown, it's like that was crazy. Um, what else happened last year? Mo, can you think of any good promos from last year? While I'm thinking,
I mean, I'm not the person to be asking
my
just
memory's
because of
not
the
great.
fact that I don't watch the.
Oh, that's right. You don't watch the weekly shows, and that's probably. I'm trying to remember things. Yeah, I wish my memory was better. I wish I should have done more research on. I didn't know we were doing this segment. Um, but yeah, man, anything for the Bloodline storyline. Um, that's pretty much my pick on that.
Okay. Biggest moment. Hold on a second. Let me get
Oh,
my.
okay. We got a lot. I got a lot for that one actually.
Okay. So I'm gonna list off the ones I have because I have quite a few. Um, Sammy turns on the bloodline, Royal Rumble 2023. We brought that
Hmm.
up. Amazing moment. My personal one, because I was there live to see it. Angelo Dawkins stopping the Strowman Express from WrestleMania
Yeah.
39 Night One. It's the only time it's ever been countered. Every time Strowman's done it, it's the only time it's ever. And it was from Angelo fucking Dawkins, and that made me, yeah, that made me pop. I'm like, oh fuck, he actually stopped him. Um, Julia throws Tam through a table from Stardom All Star Grand Prix 2023. The crowd. I just put the crowd from Backlash 2023.
That was definitely probably the most fun crowd. Uh,
Zelina getting emotional during her women's title match at Backlash.
mhm.
Turned out to be a surprisingly good women's title match. Bad Bunny's entrance from Backlash. Aubrey getting hit with a guitar. Double or Nothing 2023. Fun fact, folks, we watch a lot of this through our Discord. I screen share, and like we have a chat. The most recent chat we still have is a picture my brother screen capped of Aubrey getting hit with a guitar from Double or Nothing. It was such a moment. It's like, ooh, and she took it, and then we didn't bring up the fact that she stumbled. Was it Karen Jarrett stumbled afterwards? Because she went full hog on that swing, and like, damn. Oh, this one, which made no sense. Art bites off Luchasaurus's thumb from TNT title match at Double or Nothing. Remember, it had the fake blood gushing out, and like,
Yeah.
it made me gag a little. It's like, oof. Oh, Matt's explosive super kick from Double or Nothing, the Anarchy Arena match.
Hmm.
That one where he super kicked him, Moxley's face pretty much just exploded with sparks. Uh, Usos double kick out for the Money in the Bank, their Money in the Bank match against the Bloodline. That was great because he was going to do the penny and stacking him from 37, and then they both kicked out, which is cool. Jay Penny Roman at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
The Meat Chance with Miro and Hobbs at All Out 2023. Miz fighting an invisible Cena on the September 4th edition of Raw. You gotta go overweight. It's hilarious. He introduces him. The camera follows, does the whole motions of how Cena will come in his entrance, but there's nobody there. They're making it look like Cena's there, but he's invisible. It's fucking spectacular. Just go out your way and watch it. It's like one of Miz's best moments of 2023. Oh, and of course, Punk returning to WWE at Survivor Series 2023.
Which, of course, a little bit before that, Randy Orton returning to WWE
That too.
after his injury.
Okay. Do you have any other ones? Those are mine.
Yes, let me pull this up real quick. I lost my spot. Okay. So yeah, Dwayne John. I mentioned The Rock showing up. The Rock
Mhm.
showing up randomly on SmackDown was on the September 15th edition of SmackDown. That was awesome.
Mhm.
um, we kind of had to talk about this. It's more of a it wasn't one singular moment, but the transition of power of WWE to do the Endeavor deal.
That was weird. It was
That
like at one
okay,
point.
so timeline. January
Yeah.
6th, Vince McMahon returns to WWE as a board member after he previously retired in 2022. It's funny how we went through this roller coaster motion with Vince McMahon. Beginning of the year, gloom and doom. End of the year, hope and sunshine. I didn't see that coming. None of us see that coming, but I'm happy it happened. So Vince McMahon comes back. He regains control of WWE. It's obvious with some of the booking decisions as we see.
Fucks up Raw after Mania.
Yeah. Stephen McMahon has resigned as co-CEO. Dick Khan becomes the sole CEO. WWE rumors of WWE being sold. We don't know who they're going to be sold to. Also, we end up being Endeavor, the parent company of UFC,
Mm.
which was surprising, but and we didn't know how it was going to work because we were originally thinking it wasn't going to work out because Endeavor wanted to keep Vince McMahon around. They made him the chairman,
Mhm.
but at some point, someone in Endeavor was like, you know what? This is stupid. And they basically forced McMahon out of power and put Triple H back in charge of creative, and things have been fucking great since then. So Vince McMahon, which I find is hilarious, he did this entire Endeavor deal to try to maintain power, and ultimately ended him with him having no power at all.
Yep.
It
Yep. He got
completely
out.
backfired.
Yeah, he got out business by the head of Endeavor.
Yeah, so
Like,
the sale was finalized September 12th. September 12th.
yeah, and then the head of Endeavor looked at Vince and go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let your man do his job.
And so
Do what
ultimately
we
led to
pay him
Triple H.
for."
So now Triple H has full control over creative. And
Yes.
WWE, that's also a kind of important thing we need to bring up. WWE really improved in quality this year, aside from the ending of WrestleMania night two. That stupidity.
Yeah.
Compared to WWE past, I don't know, decade plus, under Triple H, WWE I've been much more interested in WWE than I
Mhm.
have in a long time. The storylines have been really great. The Bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn was fantastic. One of the
Mhm.
best storylines in a long time. They botched the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes thing. I don't know what they're going to do with The Rock. We'll have to see. That's a discussion for another video.
Yeah.
But yeah, the transition of power in WWE with Endeavor was a major series of moments this year. What was another thing that happened? Yeah, of course, the whole CM Punk drama with am I frozen? Oh no,
No,
I'm
you're
not.
good.
Okay, so the whole CM Punk saga this year, which he came back, he introduced a real world title thing. We thought that was going to lead to Punk MJF. Ultimately, he ended up in a backstage fight with Jack Perry over some fake glass,
Premier.
which led to CM Punk being fired, which was a shocking moment. We kind of knew it was coming, but we didn't think Tony Khan would actually have the balls to do it.
Mm.
Then we were like, where's Punk going to go? Is he just going to retire again? There was actually, he was very close to signing with Impact. He was very close to it happening. They offered him a good money deal. But the moment WWE made him the offer, Scott D'Amore knew they couldn't match it. But then we were, will he show up at Survivor Series? Will he not? People were like, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then Randy Orton makes his return. Like, yeah, it's Randy Orton. He's the mystery pick. And then WarGames ends. Look in my eyes. So we were like, what? So
Mm.
the saga of CM Punk was definitely a major series of moments this past year.
Okay, so we're gonna move forward to best male and female wrestler. I'm just putting this at one timestamp. Best male and female wrestler. My two picks are easy. Bryan Danielson and Rhea Ripley. Like, hands down. Danielson, like I said, it's been an amazing run this year.
Because
Absolutely
you're a
great.
mark.
Because you're a mark.
Yeah, fuck me. I'm a mark. I don't give a fuck. Bryan Danielson, absolutely amazing run this year. Rhea Ripley, while she hasn't been amazing, she hasn't had the best championship run this year. I can easily say that because of her, I've had non-wrestling friends on social media bring up how amazing she is.
I mean,
They like to be
they
some people like to be dominated, man.
well,
It's just
some people you show certain images of her and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm a fan of wrestling.
some
I
people
love
like the
wrestling."
muscle mommies.
But she's been her. Like, I'm basing this off the character herself. She's been absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Her stuff with Dominic, her overarching stake in the Judgment Day, like great stuff overall from her from beginning. Like I said, the only thing that like bogs her down is that her current championship run hasn't been great.
Yeah, can you really name a memorable feud
Yeah,
from?
because it looks like they're saying I'm pretty sure they're saying a per Rumble match should be against Nia Jax.
Ugh.
Well, apparently she had a. I watched it. Her match against Becky was actually pretty good. So,
Yeah,
but
I think Mania's gonna be her and Becky. We'll have to see.
we go on.
Um, okay, Mo, do you want to go next? I've been going second this whole time.
Ospreay and Rhea. There
Osprey
we
and
go.
Rhea. Okay, for me, I had to do a little split between kayfabe wise and just in ring wise. For male wrestler of the year, kayfabe wise is Seth Rollins.
Mhm.
He's elevated this world heavyweight title, even though it should be connected to the original world heavyweight title. That's another rant for another day. He's definitely been a fighting champion. Like in this few months alone, he's defended the title more in Reigns' entire reign. He's been in just these past few months, he's defended it more than Roman Reigns' entire reign. He's had a lot of great feuds. He had a great feud. He won in a great match with AJ Styles. Then he had a great feud with Finn Balor, then Shinsuke Nakamura, and then Drew McIntyre.
Mhm.
And now this looks like they're setting up between him and CM Punk, which should be pretty fun. So kayfabe wise, Seth Rollins. In ring wise, I'm going with Ospreay. I was thinking about that. He was just in so many of my favorite matches this year. Will Ospreay has just had a hell of a good year. For the female wrestlers, kayfabe wise, Rhea Ripley for the same reasons you mentioned.
Mhm.
She's just been a dominant force. But in terms of in ring quality, my favorite women's wrestler this year has been Becky Lynch.
Mhm.
She's just been having really good showcase matches. Even that feud with Trish Stratus, which was it was too long. They stretched it out too long, but the match was still fun. She
This
actually got some really good matches out of Trish Stratus. That
we,
Hell in a
we
Cell
did. Yeah,
match.
we none of us brought it up, but that steel cage match she
Steel
had with
catch
Trish
match,
was
yeah.
really good.
That steel cage match with Trish Stratus was really good. Then she won the NXT Women's title. Had a good work. She elevated that title a little bit more. Got showcased. She had a lot of good open challenges for that belt. Then she ultimately put over Leia Valkyria. So I think in terms of in ring quality, Becky Lynch is my female wrestler of the year.
Okay, Mo.
I
He
already
already
said it.
picked. He
Oh,
already
you
picked.
did.
I made
Yeah,
Okay.
he
it
said
simple.
Osprey and Rhea.
Okay. Next
Oh,
up, best. Oh,
oh wait, we do we all have agree on tag team of the year?
dude, we already talked to this. We're not gonna do tag team because there's
Well, I don't know
only
if
two.
Mo might have a different pick.
Mo,
Hey,
what's your pick for best
this is
tag team?
already going so long.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to get through this, dude.
All
So
I
right.
don't have an
I'm gonna
opinion
say
on best
it's
tag.
easy for me. I already said before, I'll say against FTR.
Yeah, FTR.
They had the best like multitude of matches, tag team matches. Best
I'm just
pay-per-views,
trying to be consistent.
best pay-per-views. WrestleMania 39, Night One,
That was my pick as well.
Forbidden Door 2023, All Out 2023, and Bound for Glory 2023. Ah, that's right. I put an Impact pay-per-view on here.
Yeah, yeah. So my overall the year I went through every event. WrestleMania Night One edged out. Forbidden Door Bound for Glory was number two for me. Then Forbidden Door. I enjoyed All Out. They what was interesting that they built up All In as the bigger show, but I actually thought All Out was the better show between the two
Mhm.
alls.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All Out was pretty good, and honestly, I enjoyed all of Impact's main pay per views this year.
Okay. Mo, any one pay-per-view that stands out for you from 2023?
Oh, honestly, it's hard because some of the ones I didn't watch with you guys because I wasn't here,
Mhm.
and then um, All In, I think was at least some historical significance,
Oh yeah,
especially. I mean, even with all of the like negative stuff that was happening from it, there was like some funny stuff, like Ospreay getting a tattoo with the crowd attendance, even though that wasn't accurate.
it wasn't accurate. Yeah, we found out WWE's not the only one who's willing to lie about attendance numbers.
Yeah, that's why they try to make it specific by saying it was the paid attendance, not the actual attendance.
But
Oh man.
I, I, if anything, just to be a little bit different, I'd have to say All In, just
Hmm.
for again, the significance, historical value.
And I think our last one's promotion of the year.
Yeah, we'll do the last one promotion. So, it's hard. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's WWE. If
Never thought you
anything,
never thought you'd say that. What did you?
no. Here's the thing: is that I think this year of AEW, I finally started realizing my issues I have every single one of their pay-per-views throughout the year. Overbooked, too many matches on the card.
That's not
Like
something that you
some
just
matches this could
realized.
easily go. What sucks is every single AEW pay-per-views here has my same down nearly has all my same downsides. Too many matches, moments are overbooked, and matches that don't even need to be on the card that can just be on an episode of Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, and matches that are at the last fucking minute because whoopity do. Like we did
You could say
predictions this year. We did predictions for World's End, and they added what, like two, three more matches. And on top of that, they changed some of the matches on the card due to injuries and other reasoning.
and
Like
it's not just an AEW problem, it's a Tony Khan problem because the Ring of Honor pay-per-views have the exact same problems.
the Ring of Honor is like even worse. But WWE had a bit of a slump after WrestleMania 39 because of Vince showing up again. But once it got back on its feet by the end of the summer, the quality was back. It was really good, consistent quality. B shows were still good enough to watch. There was no necessarily bad WWE pay-per-view this year, just ones that were better, way better than others. There was no bad ones. Some questionable booking decisions, but you can say the thing about all the other wrestling promotions, but WWE's my pick.
Um, I'm not okay. I want to be clear. I'm not just saying this because I'm biased,
Oh,
but
Impact.
yeah, it was Impact. Um, and that's just
Wow, what
I
a
know,
shocker.
I know. I'm an Impact mark. I admit that. I'm an Impact guy, a TNA guy. But really, consistent wise, WWE had a really good year, but Impact just edged it out a little bit because Impact just had a lot of awesome moments, like Alex Shelley finally getting his run at the top. Uh, Josh Alexander coming back. That was I should have mentioned that as honorable mention. Josh Alexander versus Alex Shelley was a good match too.
Mhm.
We got a lot of cool the two Multiverse United pay per views were both really fun. Uh, I feel like this was a year the Impact slash TNA. It's been really good consistently the past few years, but it's been like the best show nobody's watching. And I feel like this year they kind of elevated themselves, and especially them changing back to TNA. I'm hoping it leads to them getting more eyes on them next year, especially now that they signed that news. Interestingly enough, they signed that new streaming deal with Endeavor. Let's see how that works out.
Mhm.
Um, but in terms of like consistency, I enjoyed of the four main shows and the two multiverse shows. I enjoyed every single one. There wasn't one I did that I regretted watching or anything like that or had downsides to it. Uh, and the weekly product is good. Impact is consistently. That's the thing about Impact. It's consistent. WWE had ups and downs this year. AEW had some ups and a lot of downs. Impact was consistent for me, and it had a lot of great, cool moments. And I'm happy to see as someone who's been a fan of TNA since day one, them finally. This was also the year where people finally stopped using the old, outdated TNA jokes and start recognizing this is a good promotion. And so that's why Impact's my pick this year.
Mo, you agree with all of this?
Well, you picked WWE, I picked Impact.
I mean, I agree with Nick's opinion about Impact.
Okay.
If that's what you're asking.
Yeah, did you have a best promotion, Mo, or you just consistently liked everything?
I think everyone did a good job.
Great, we can wrap
And
up.
then I'm gonna go with AEW. Just be different.
Just to be different.
That's fair.
That should be your T-shirt. Just be different, Mo.
And fair, but also wrong. So
Also
that's gonna be it, folks, for our 2023 Best of Wrestling special. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button if you want to talk to us more about stuff like this. Comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about some wrestling, some good wrestling for 2023, let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our picks overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. What did you think of Pro Wrestling the year of 2023? Or some of your favorite matches? What are some of your favorite moments? Which promotion stood out for you? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought overall of our picks. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, of course, fellas, aside from this channel, where can they find you elsewhere on the internet?
Well, you could find me over on the socials, you know, the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the XX. And I don't know why I'm doing Norwegian accent. But of course, also check out another channel I help out with on their writing research team, the Y-Files. It's a fantastic channel that covers a lot of cool mysteries, government cover-ups, UFOs, histories, mysteries, all that fun stuff. So go check them out. Go check it out on YouTube. Also check them out on their website. Go to their shop, their .shop.com. Get yourself a Hecklefish t-shirt. You know you want one. You know you do. And also get yourself a Hecklefish plushie. You know, he's a strict but fair lord and you love him. So yeah, go do that. Do it now. But Mo, dear friend Mo, where can they find you on the World Wide Web?
Well, something that I haven't told you guys is that for each of the times that we've been doing these videos for the past year, these images that I put up behind me, I've installed a special little thing in each of the images. You do have to do some work to manipulate it to get that special part, and you combine them all like a puzzle, and it leads to a special website. So basically, and also it's only on there every 5 minutes or so. So you gotta, like, if you miss it, you have to essentially rewatch all of these videos this year, and just check it out every 5 minutes. You might see my background flash. Get that, and then piece it all together, and you'll be pleasantly surprised by what you get.
But what if they don't want to do all that, Mo?
Well, fuck them.
And of course, guys, just a couple of quick notes. Our WrestleMania 18 reaction will be coming out soon, as well as Mo and Nick will be doing the Royal Rumble reactions. I will be here though with Mo and Nick for Hard to Kill reactions, and at the end of the month, I will be going with my brother to Royal Rumble Live to check that out. So stay tuned for that eventual vlog. It shouldn't take as long as the WrestleMania 39 vlogs. But you should also check out the WrestleMania 39 vlogs as well. But until next time, though, folks, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And Moo
Brothers.
And that's been a very 2023 filled episode of 123 Wrestling. And we will see you guys later.
Happy New Year.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.